Hey, how are you doing? I hope you're doing really well. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be talking to you about my goals for September and give you a little writing update. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, let's get into it. So we'll talk about the highs, lows of everything that's been going on and what I'm hoping to achieve. I think it's really cool to be straightforward and try to hold accountability for our actions. And you never really know what your goals are until you say them out loud or write them down on paper. So I'm kind of doing this to do a journal. If you don't know what I'm writing a feature film that I'm hoping to shoot next summer. Life has been crazy last year, so I think I can still do it, but you never know how life is going to turn out. But it's one of my goals in life to make a feature film. I have a short film that I wrote and directed that's on this channel. It's the most popular video. It's called Flowers. I'd love for you to watch it. It means the world to me. And I just have a lot of passion with telling stories that heal people and can change people's lives. So yeah, let's get into it. So September, I am going to be doing, it's really exciting, I'm going to be doing another writing stint. Dun, 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 dun. Or sprint, whatever you want to call it. So I view creativity and writing sort of, in a perfect world, I'd be writing every day, right? And whatever art you do, you know how you're kind of like, you wish you would do it every day. It just hasn't worked out that way for me. Throughout the years, I've been a screenwriter. It's been since 2019, so almost 6 years that I've been doing this sort of as a hobby and wanting to maybe do it more full time. I've never been fully consistent. Regardless of if I am really busy career-wise or social-wise, or even if I'm really slow and have a lot of free time, I've noticed that kind of isn't really a variable on whether or not I write. So that's a really great thing I've been learning. I'd love to hear about you and your writing process or creative process. Let me know. But I've been noticing that I work well in sprints. And what a sprint is basically, I'm learning UX design right now, and they use this term in the design world, and I find it very useful, is sprints. So a sprint is what it sounds like. You're sprinting. So you have a designated time, and you basically try and have something by the end of it. And I think for the design world, I'm still learning. I'm doing UX design, learning about it, but you will do sprints for clients. So you'll basically, have something to show them by a certain time. I'm going to be doing a writing sprint for September. So for this month, I'm going to be redoing my draft, which is really exciting. I did a writer's retreat in February, which was really, really fun in Portland, Oregon, where I want to shoot the film. And I just loved it so much. Now I'm still going to be doing daily life stuff this whole month. I'm going to be taking classes still. And I basically am going to be doing this before I go back to Los Angeles to maybe do the Masked Singer. I work the Masked Singer, which is in October and November. But I thought this month could be really cool to, I've been missing writing. I've been missing my screenplay. I've read it. And then last month I gave it to a friend to get some feedback. And it was really awesome hearing from her. And I really am hoping that this month I can just re-tackle this film. Life has happened to me, and I think I have a lot of new perspective on this film, and some of my goals are to get to page count. So my other draft, the one I wrote in February, was 50 pages long. A normal screenplay, a movie, is normally 90 minutes long to an hour and 20. A page counts as a minute. So, I was 40 pages shy. I got some feedback, and part of the reason is that my Act 1 structure isn't super in-depth. So let's talk about what that means. So a film has 3 different acts. It has Act 1, 2, and 3. And the way that I formulate it's from Blake Snyder's Save the Cat, is you actually break it into 4 acts. You do Act 1, Act 2, Part 1, Act 2, Part 2, and Act 3. And the reason for this I'll tell you in a sec, but Act 1 is all the exposition. It's everything that gives your character the fuel to go on the journey. It's basically showing the before, what causes the story, and it basically is everything before they take the journey. Act 2 is usually the journey. So Act 2 Part 1 is what's called Fun and Games. So that is, if you ever see a movie, usually the trailer of a movie is from the Fun and Games. It's the premise of the whole film. It's why the film is cool, why people want to go see the film. You know, if it's a thriller movie, it's usually the scary part of the film. If it's an action movie, it's usually the most action parts of the movie. Romance is usually the love part of the movie. And that's part 1 of Act 2. Part 2 of Act 2 is when the bad guys close in. So in the middle of Act 2, there's called the midpoint. And it's usually this huge reversal in a story. So it's usually like, think about a film. It's like a character, you know, oh my God, something gets uprooted in their life. They go on this journey. Journey looks really, really good, really fun, gives you the premise, and something happens that raises the stakes and, you know, makes things more serious and more dangerous. So that's why they split Act 2, because Act 2 is like, the first part's like kind of like fun and games. Second part is the bad guys close in. And then Act 3 is the resolution. So Act 2 is like, they're going for their goal, whatever their goal is, and they keep failing, and then they have a really pivotal fail that they're like, man, I can't, you know, what I'm doing isn't working. And then they decide or discover something that changes everything, that then they have the solution to beat the bad guy or beat the conflict. And they use that to go into Act 3, where they get the thing that they want. It's usually not the thing they want. They usually get the thing that they need. That happens at the climax. That happens at the end of Act 2. They don't get what they want, but they get what they need. And in doing so, they end up getting what they want. So Act 3 is like the resolution. So it's like, oh, they've learned everything, and then how does it, you know, fix the film? So for my film, I've been noticing, I don't know, I act like I'm so structured, but I write really differently all the time. But I currently, the most fun I have for writing is I usually write on impulse. So I love running through a script and being like, ooh, I view this and let's get it on paper, and ooh, I view this and I get this on paper, and not really understanding what it means or translates to. So what that does is I will have a lot of cool organic beats and moments and visuals. I'm a very visual driven writer. But what happens is that I have all these different visuals, and some of them don't pair well together. And that's what I'm learning right now. I have all these really cool visuals and all these cool, ooh, what about this? What about this? And I need to kind of eliminate some and shape some and really enhance others. And part of that is, you know, the really fun part of the film is Act 2, because that's like the whole premise, right? So I my last draft, I was rushing through to get to the premise. So I need to focus on Act 1 a little bit, meaning I need to spend, you know, a good chunk setting up my character, setting up the world, and setting up basically his whole world before and what he's gonna lose and like his characteristics. It's a little scary for me because it feels very character driven. This film is, but Act 1, there's a lot of ways that it can go. So kind of understanding that. So yeah, so I need to fill out Act 1. My film, I've kind of mentioned it before. This is TMI, might not make any sense. But I have all these different timelines I was thinking about. I'm going to try and focus just on one. And I'm going to try and make it basically more simple of a script. So today, as I'm recording this, it's September 2nd. So it's a Tuesday. This first week, I'm going to focus on outlining. What is outlining, you might ask? Outlining is what it sounds like. You just outline the script. I'm going to make up all the scenes, and basically from a macro level, really try and figure out what we're writing and what beats we want to hit. This is probably going to be the most difficult part because I love writing scenes. Actually, writing scenes will be difficult too. Getting the pages out might be difficult, but the outlining is never fun because you have to make decisions. And I realize I really don't like making decisions sometimes because I love the idea of what about this? What about this? And it feels sad to kill things. KILL. Maybe I'll get YouTube will take me off, but to eliminate certain ideas, right? So outlining forces you to eliminate ideas before you can ever generate them, or before you like dive into them. So I'm going to get all the scenes. I have a board right here. I'll show you right now, actually. I have a board, And I'm going to be posting some note cards there. So, that's a light. So yeah, and I'm going to do that for this week. Second week, I'm going to write. So I'm going to be basically trying to write for 6 days out of 7. And I'm going to be trying to go for pages. So I'm going to try and do 5 pages a day. So starting next week, next Monday. My writing week will be from Monday to Saturday. And I'll take Sundays off. And this is what I decided today, so this might change, right? But I think I'm basically trying to set everything in stone, and having a good foundation helps with these sprints. So making sure you give yourself enough time to generate your game plan. So, because when you write for fun, you're never going to finish things. So, yeah. Some of the best writing happens when you don't plan on it. Just FYI. Like when you feel really crappy about yourself or your writing, sometimes you generate the best material. That's what I've noticed over time, especially with my short film Flowers. Some of the scenes I like the most I generated when I was not feeling great. So yeah, and then the second week, I am going to be focusing on Act 2, Part 1. Third week, I'm going to do Act 2, Part 2. And then the fourth week, I'm going to do Act 3. So it's 90 pages in total, and we're just going to go for it. It's going to be tricky because all these scenes, I'm really nervous in a good way. So all these scenes can take more than, they can range from half a page to multiple pages. And then also when you're outlining, making sure each note card is a scene, that there's a conflict, there's a reason why this is happening. And yeah, I just need to be brave. That's our intention on our ASMR channel for September. I don't know if you like intentions, go check it out. It's on our shorts videos this month. But our intention is to be brave, partly because I have to make brave choices this month. So yeah. And then the last 2 days of September, I'm hoping to aim to just be able to clean up the script. I'm giving myself a lot of grace. I know this is a big, ambitious goal, and I just want to have fun with it. And, if I don't hit this goal by September, it's not the end of the world. It's not. But I want to give it a go because I do love doing this. And I do want this to give birth one day. So, yeah. I'll tell you in October how everything went. And just a reminder, if you're ever doing artistic or creative endeavors, it's supposed to be fun and, put enough pressure on yourself to do it. But I really think it's the James Clear habit book, but it's create a system that helps you fall back in place. So instead of pushing yourself all the time, motivation, create a world that you live in that helps you naturally lean like a tree, naturally lean towards doing the things that you want. So for me, how am I going to do that? Well, I'm currently in a room. I'm kind of in an outhouse right now for the month. And I am going to hunker here. I have my board here. I have my note cards. And I don't think I will be disturbed here that often. But we'll see. I'll let you know how it goes. If you are creative and you're struggling with, your creative projects at all, say hi in the comments. But I'm also a creative coach. I have a couple clients I'm currently working with, and I would love to help you with your project too. If you just need someone to talk through ideas or more, to help you with structuring your game plan for, giving you goals and deadlines. I know that's kind of a part of the creative process that is really difficult, is not only do you create, but when people don't talk to you is that you also have to produce your content. You have to know what you're doing, when you're doing it, why you're doing it, when are you done with it. So it's something that I wish I had, and so I'm offering it to you. If you have a creative project, even if you didn't start it, if you're a novice or if you're a professional and you just want accountability, I'm your guy. The link is in bio down below. It's called Creative Climb Coaching. You can check it out. We have a couple testimonials. People love it. And yeah, we can always do a first free consultation where we kind of get to know each other and see if we're a fit. So don't be afraid to reach out. I'm your friend, Nick. And yeah, wish me luck. And I will see you very, very soon. Have a great day. Bye.